Hello everybody, this is Kiyoshi here and welcome back to another episode of Kiyoshi's Aquarium. Today's topic will be focusing on Pygmy Cory, definitely my favorite type of fish in the entire aquarium hobby. So without further ado, let's get started. Pygmy Cory, one of the three dwarf Corydoras in the aquarium hobby. I'm not sure how available they are in your area, but in my area they're widely available. I take it back, not widely available, but definitely aquarium fish stores. They carry them. They might not have it 24/7 like tetras and stuff like that, but they are not that rare, and usually you can get them anywhere from $2.99 to maybe $5. Depending where you're getting it from. So it's relatively cheap as well to get. You want to get a school of at least 6 pygmy cories because they are schooling fish. They feel more comfortable. They also will perform more natural behaviors when they are in schools. Just overall less stressful, more happier, more outgoing when they're in larger schools. And also, in my opinion, of course, I don't recommend it. Although I am doing it, but I don't recommend it. But I do believe from my experience, pygmy cories are perhaps the only Corydoras that you can be kept in a nano aquarium, and they should be doing fine as well. I have a 4.5 gallon aquarium. I keep 9 pygmy cories in this tank. It's working for me. Like I said, I do think it's workable. However, it's not something I recommend to everyone. You kind of have to do enough research. You kind of have to know what you're doing, have a little bit of experience with overstocked aquariums, know water parameters. Just know your thing. Do a lot of research before you do that if you have a nano aquarium. When I mean nano, I mean anything less than 5 gallons. It is workable. You can succeed with that. However, just, do your research. Make sure you're prepared and ready before you start this. Preferably if you're beginners or somebody who's not very active in doing water changes or just doing your aquarium maintenance work, I would recommend you get at least a 10 gallon if you want to have a school of pygmy cories. If you have a 10 gallon, you can get 20 pygmy cories, and they can school or shore together in that little, in a 10 gallon or even a 20 gallon. That will look fantastic. If you have a 20 gallon, I would recommend you get maybe 30 or 40 pygmy cories to perform that large, replicate the nature of pygmy cories, shoring or schooling behavior. Anyways, back to nano aquariums. I do have 9, and I had great success so far. For a couple months now, I have 0 casualty rate, and also my pygmy cories are have been producing babies. Although I can't really count how many babies are alive nowadays, but definitely when I do my last counting, which is earlier today, there's more than 9 fish in this tank. I think I counted maybe 12 or 13 at least that I see that are visible from the front of the glass. Anyways, I don't want to talk about breeding because I'm not an expert in pygmy cory breeding. All they did was just all natural. I didn't do anything special. All I did was for a week of time, I did a 10 to 15% water changes on a daily basis. Also, I use a bit cooler water in the water change to mimic that rain season effect. Usually these pygmy cories breeds during rainy seasons. That's all I did. Not even like trying hard or anything, but they start having that breeding behavior. Anyways, being lucky here, but I definitely do not want to teach or share anything special about breeding because I'm not an expert at all. How to succeed with raising pygmy cories. I've heard people having very challenging time or difficulties raising pygmy cories. Their pygmy cories can die. They're very prone to parameter fluctuations, temperature change. A lot of people consider pygmy cory to be beginner not friendly, very fragile, very scary. They die very easy. From my experience, like I said, I do have great luck with pygmy cories or Corydoras in general. I love Corydoras, and cories prefer more soft, low pH water. It happens in my neighborhood. We have a softer water system. You know, our water is around 6 pH. pH is level around 6. And also where I got my pygmy cories from, they're all bred in captivity, not wild caught. A lot of times, pygmy cories are wild caught, so that might be a little bit different too. All the pygmies that I got from that particular fish store, they're all bred in captivity, and also that fish store is just, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes walking distance from where I live. So, you know, I save all those hazards from, you know, transporting the fish, have to match the parameters and temperature and all that crap. I'm lucky I don't have to face any of those problems because it's just 5 to 10 minutes walking distance. We have the same water parameters because it's in my neighborhood. We have the same water. We use the same temperature. I use 76 degrees for all my tropical fish. Once again, I do recommend 76 degrees over like 78 or 82 degrees. Fish are healthier in the 76-degree range from my experience, okay? Never too late. Not too late. Never too low. Definitely not lower than 73 degrees. I think keep it above 72. Definitely lower than 80. I would say don't go anything beyond 80 unless you have certain fish that requires that kind of temperature. But most tetras, most betta fish, for example, or pygmy cories, they're fine with any range from 72 to 78. It's just that once you provided that temperature, keep it around that. Just don't change the temperature like every day. You know, if you want to give them a 76 degree, just solid give them a 76 degree going forward with it. The other thing is if you want to keep your pygmy cory with shrimps, with snails, they do tend to prefer cooler water. So if you have like an 80-degree tank, your shrimps and snails usually will not do well. They usually will die very soon, because they're not meant for that temperature. So my personally preference is 76 is perfect for pygmy cories, and also that's also a perfect temperature if you want to have a not schooling, you want to have a community tank with tetras, shrimps, snails, betta fish, etc. Second, yeah, definitely if you're not as lucky as I do, like have low pH water in the water system, and also have a fish store that's close to you, save you all the hazard from all these transportation, stress, ammonia, all those problems. Try to, before you buy your pygmy cories from the source, try to ask about what kind of water parameters they use, any special feeding items that they use to feed the fish. Try to learn more about where the source of the fish, what they do to prepare, for the environment of their fish, and try to mimic that. If you want to minimize the casualty, the death rate of your new pygmy cories, try to, mimic whatever the environment they came from. And yeah, as long as you have a very similar water parameter than where you get the fish from, that fish store, or a similar environment to it, you should be fine. And also definitely pick up at least 6 pygmy cories. If you have a nano aquarium, of course. If you have a bigger, get a larger school of it. Especially a lot of times when you buy 6 or more from the same place, usually they're from the same batch. They probably are relatives or something like that. I think they just feel comfortable with each other being there because that's where they have been like that since the beginning. That also helps to lower the stress level of your fish. Yep, but overall, as long as you have a fully cycled tank, make sure you have a fully cycled tank. That's very, very important. Also have a matching water parameter with live plants in the aquarium. You should be fine. Pygmy cories are very user friendly in my opinion. Like I said, I have no problem raising pygmy cories, and also I had 0 casualty rate with new pygmy cories being introduced to my aquarium. So that's that. In terms of feeding, of course, you want to have sinking pellets, pellets, tablets, taps, whatever. Try to feed them a wide variety of different brands or different items. You can feed them pellets mixed with tablets, mixed with maybe sinking algae wafers, because they're omnivores. They eat anything that sinks to the bottom. You know, you want to feed them majority insects, maybe, yeah, but also some veggies. That doesn't hurt. You know, in terms of environment, I don't know. Some people may have problem with pygmy cories being very shy. They like to hide, but I don't have that problem. My pygmies are very outgoing, as you guys can see. They're all right here at the front of the glass. Especially when I'm filming, my pygmy cories usually show up a lot more frequently when I'm filming for some reason. Anyways, I think as long as they keep a decent size of school of those of the pygmies, they should be very outgoing. You know, they will be searching for food like 24/7. That's a normal behavior for any Corydoras. If you have Corydoras just sit there and not doing anything, that is something you need to be cautious, and you probably want to test the water parameter if something is wrong with it, because pygmy cory should be very active throughout day and night. They will be constantly searching for food, digging. You know, also they're mid swimmers. They're not like most of the Corydoras stay at the bottom. Pygmy cories are like little puppies, like little, you know, they're very cute. They like to swim in the middle columns and at the bottoms as well. So yeah, that's very unique. Sometimes you'll see their shoring behavior. Sometimes you see their swimming, schooling behavior. It's very interesting. And also, let me tell you this: you will not be bored. You will never be bored having pygmy cories in your aquarium. They're so active. You know, they're not like fast swimmers. However, they're very active. Like I said, they're always curious. They're always searching for food. They're always exploring in smaller groups or sometimes larger groups. If you introduce something brand new to the tank, they sometimes will, you know, school up together to pick up that courage, discover what's new in the tank. Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on pygmy cories. In terms of tank mates, pygmy cories are very friendly fish. You know, they have zero aggression towards any of the fish, and they also stay very small inside. They usually stay about an inch or less. Females could be a little bit bigger, but males are usually less than an inch after fully grown. So you do want to be careful that the tank baits for your pygmy cories are not going to be too big, otherwise, you know, they can become food. So yeah, just make sure the tanks, the size of the tank mates. Other than that, pygmy cories are perfect for any community tanks. They're just super charming and friendly and easygoing. A healthy pygmy cory should always be active. They should always be searching for food. Always should have the appetite for food. They should have a round belly, not like a sink-in kind of belly. Those are all the signs of being healthy, and of course the color. They should have a black stripe, a very vivid black stripe. Overall grayish to the top half of the body and whitish to the lower half of the body. You know, when they're healthy, when they're comfortable, they should show their colors very well. So if you have like a very pale looking, not active Corydoras, usually that's not a good sign. And usually probably that fish will not last very, very long. You know, probably within the 24 hours, something will, you know, he may just die. Anyways, yeah, once again, once they become mature, females are usually bigger. And if you do want them to spawn or make babies, try to make raining effects by doing frequent water changes at 15% or maybe 20%, depending on your tank size, and try to pull like cooler water to the tank to make that you know, raining effect. And usually, if they're in a safe environment, they will spawn. You know, if they feel if your pygmy cory feels safe, they think there's no predators in the tank, they will spawn. You know, it's just nature. You know, if you're the parent, you think the environment is dangerous, you probably don't want to have babies, right? And if you feel, oh, the environment is really safe for you, you probably don't mind having babies. Yep. Yeah. What else I can talk about pygmy cory? They're just cute. I do recommend it. They're beginner friendly. However, if you are a beginner, I do recommend you get a bigger tank. at least 10 gallons. If you have experience with Corydoras in general, they're no different than any other Corydoras, besides they're just smaller in size, and you may be able to keep them in a smaller aquarium, like a nano aquarium, like I did. Like I said, I don't recommend everyone do the same. However, it is achievable. Your Corydoras can live a very happy life as long as you provide decent swimming room, and planet aquarium, some entertaining, things for them to do, so they're not gonna get bored. I think that's all. Most importantly, they don't like highlights. So if possible, try to lower the lightings. They like darker setups, and if you don't mind, add almond leaf, some driftwood, or even choya wood into the water to provide some tannings to the water, which those are all the things they like. And also adding driftwoods, adding Indian almond leaves, and adding choya woods also benefits the water, making it softer, lowering the pH level of your aquarium. That's also something Pygmy Corys in general will love. I personally have choya wood and Indian almond leaves in there. Choya wood is great. They're affordable, widely available. They last about a year. Of course, depending on the quality. If you get it from a very good quality choya wood, they can last up to 2 years sometimes before they, gets very soft and start to break down. Indian almond leaves are good for about a couple months, maybe 2 to 3 months. If you have shrimps in it, then you don't have to worry about it. Shrimps will eat the leaves. The fries will eat the leaves. There's a lot of nutrients, a lot of food sources on the leaves, which by the end of the 3 months period, probably the leaves are gonna be gone. All you're gonna be left with just the leftovers, and you can just remove it and replace it with new leaves. Driftwood, if you have a larger tank, or you want a centerpiece being the driftwood. Driftwood is a great hiding spot for Pygmy Corys, shrimps, fries. They also release tannins into the water. Those are all perfect things for Pygmy Corys. Once again, anything that's related to woods, they're good for Pygmy Corys, because those tend to lower pH levels, make the water more suitable for Pygmy Corys. In terms of substrates, the most ideal is sand or very fine gravels. I use gravels. I don't use sand because I'm not a huge fan of sand. I just feel like sand always creates a lot of mess. Yeah, previously I have experience with sand. I used to use sand in my 10 gallons, 5 gallons, etc. But just don't really like them. I know sand is probably the best for Pygmy Corys or any bottom feeders in general. However, you can also get away with fine gravels, small gravels, nothing that's too sharp or anything like that. I mean, nature, where they came from, their ancestors, because these are bred in captivity, but where their ancestors or cousins came from the nature, you don't just have soft and beautiful sand base. They came from those the Amazon, where there's gonna be fallen leaves, fallen wood, fallen rocks, everything. It's not just gonna be beautiful, fine, like a beach kind of sand. So yeah, I mean, of course, that's perfect for them. It's not gonna hurt them, but I think a mixture of woods, leaves, rocks, as long as they're smooth enough, as long as they don't hurt them, they don't hurt their bobs. I think it's cool. It's up to you. Do your research. Whatever fits you the best. Just go for it. I think your Corydoras will appreciate that. So yep, this is my care guy, or maybe my intro video for Pygmy Corys. They're cute and beautiful and amazing. And yeah, if you guys have any questions regarding raising or keeping Pygmy Corys, let me know. I will try my best to answer your questions or help you out. Yeah, until then, I'll talk to you guys in the next video then. Bye bye.